Just clean me giglets, folks. Got all our capacitors laid out there to go in. All our capacitors here. So we'll start with the biggest. We've got the 470, the two different sizes, but they are 470. 116 volts, which the circuit says it's 16 volts anyway, and the other one's a bit higher voltage. That's all I had, so yeah, 416 volts, and this one is 470 is 16 volts, so yeah, we're okay with that. So what I'll do now, I shall now do a bit of sucking. Yeah, get the older sucker. Do a bit of sucking, which is negative, which is positive. Positive goes to this side. Right. And as always, as we always do, we'll test the old capacitors. There we go. Now, that's supposed to be desoldered. There we go. We'll test the old ones, and that's needs to be just heated up. Heated slightly, just because that's still attached, you can tell. Come on, you come. There we go. So, put our new capacitors in. I hope the legs are long enough. Because these are radial, these are axial, these are radial instead of axial. And there we go. Pull that one through slightly just to pull the leg straight. Oh yeah. Well, you arsehole, you come out. Get in. There we go. Bend them slightly over, that way they stay in. And we are correct way around. And that one there's fucked anyway, it's got guns coming out of it. I think they're all about fucked. But all new ones in, all nice new shiny electrolytics. Where's me? I hate this, you know, because you put it down, there it is. Do you know, I don't know what it is. I think there's a solder fairy in here. Because every time I tear a piece of solder off, every time I pull a piece off and put it down, it disappears. I've got a solder fairy in here, folks. This is lovely, this solder. And just smell that lead. Health and safety man would be very disappointed. Health and safety man can kiss my bollocks. Because those of you that know me know that I don't really give a fuck. about most things. That's too high, that's going to sit too high. I'm going to have to bend that over. Reason why is it won't get the transistors back on. So that'll have to be bent over. Luckily I left enough fucking room, didn't I? Might as well be able to get the heat sink back on. Don't think. No, we wouldn't. We're too proud. That's alright now, I hope. Anyway, next one. Alright, so the next one is where's my fucking magnifying glass? There it is. Next one is the 40. Which is that one there, and the positive side is this side. So I hate taking my fucking eye off it because you can't fucking I should have put axials in, but I haven't got any. And I'm not fucking about ordering capacitors when I can use stuff out of my stock. There we go. You always get one that's just slightly stuck on. There we go. I will test all these capacitors, so we'll put them all here, put them there. Right, so that was the 40, wasn't it? So we want the 47 for there. The 47 is probably yeah, there's the 47. See, the good thing about this you can actually smell the fish in there, actually. Yeah, you can actually smell. There we go. Right. I mean, who's going to see it anyway when it's all assembled? The next one is a 25 volt. Well, it's this fucker here anyway. And that looks like it's corroded a bit. Bend that loop out of the way a minute. There we go, it's that fucker there. You get sort of like a fishy smell when you desolder them if they're leaky. You know, leaking fluid, that is. Leaking electrolyte. last time this was worked on was fucking probably years ago. Last time I played a record was probably fucking years ago. There we go. And the plus is towards the transistor. And what value is that? 25, so we want a 22 to put in there. It's a 220. 47. 22. Oh, there's the other new one there. 22. Thought I'd got something mixed up then. I haven't. We're correct. The positive goes to the transistor side. And what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to bend this one like that. I'm going to bend that one like that. The reason why I'm going to do that, so it'll fucking fit in. I know it's unconventional and those are saying, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Fuck you, it's my amplifier. And who's going to bother anyway? You should use radial caps. You should use axial caps. Give me some actual caps and I'll use them. I've got none in stock. So basically I'm rebuilding this with what I've got. It'll still work. They're not touching together. Now we want to get the 200 microfarad at 15 volts out, which is this fucker here. Make sure it's there and there. Right. It's amazing how much shit comes out of your sucker, isn't it? Mind you, you could say the same about your politician's mouth. Now that really is amazing how much shit comes out of your politician's mouth, isn't it? Right, so the positive goes to that side. And this one will be laid down as well. So we'll pull that one out. We'll test all these in a minute before we do the other channel. And this should be the 220. It is. And the 220 might not need to be laid down, although the fucking leads on it might not be fucking long enough. Ooh, we're really stretching this one, folks. Wow, we're really stretching this one. Well, no, I don't need to be bent over that one. Just check. I'm just making sure I'm putting the fucker the right way in. Yeah, it's that fucker there, and that's negative. Yeah, it's right. Just wanted to double check. Now what I want to do is push that there. There we go. Just push it over slightly that way. There we go. We could go a bit further that way actually, because that's hardly popping through that side. It is now. There we go. Pop that down there, just light it down slightly. There we go. There we go. We'll test these fuckers in a minute and see what the condition of them is. I bet they're all fucked. There's one I forgot to chop the legs down on before. There we go. Let's chop the legs down. Make sure we've got no more long legs. We haven't. Let's get the gizmo down. Oh, for testing the caps. I want to see what these. Well, I won't test them with that. It's the wrong box. Let's get the other case with the. That was the transistor checkers, semiconductor checkers. It's too early. Out. Don't be mithering me yet. Out. It's too early. I'm not doing your lunch yet. It's too early. You know that. My dog pestering for his fucking lunch. It's too early. He knows that as well. So let's test these fuckers. See how fucking knackered they actually really are. We'll start with the first one we took out. I like these peak testers. I think they're brilliant. If you haven't got one, I suggest that you purchase one. They're great. They're simple and they do the job. 736. The ESR's low on that, but it's 736 and it should be 470. So that's gone up in value. So yeah. Then can't remember whether we took this out first or the other one out. For the other one out because they're both the fucking same size. But 29.20 ESR's low on that as well. But what's the value of it? 25 UF. So that's pretty much within tolerance. But even so, they've got gunge coming out. That's got gunge on the fucking side of it or something there. I mean, $51. That's ESR's low on them. I mean, and that's 90. That's 92. 51.92, nearly 50, nearly 52, and that's supposed to be 40. So they're all a bit high. And that's a 480. That's 480, that's well above. ESR's low, it's only 0.8 of an ohm. But even so. If we compare it with, say, the new ones, let's test the new ones. This is the 22. And it's 22.5. Admittedly it is 1 ohm ESR, but even so, value is fucking Oh, fuck's sake, where's that gone? Where's that gone? Just dropped a capacitor. There it is. Right. Right, so let's go for it again. And this one is the 47. $47.5, and that's 0.68 ESR. And this one is 470. $492. Yeah, it's a bit over, but still. ESR is good on that one as well. Yeah, 492. That's not too bad. I mean, you can't have everything, can you? I've got to get this fucking shit off this one. That's one off one leg. That's it. Now, and this should be the 220. $225. It's not bad. So we know all them ones are good, all the new ones are okay. We can fit those. I didn't test the other new ones, and I don't feel the need to have the need to test a new component. I expect a new component to work. I mean, sometimes they don't, but I expect them to, so I put them in. Put the tester up there for a minute. Just get rid of some of this swarf off here. There we go. Right, so this one, right, this one can be put back. Yeah, this one can be put back. I'm happy with that. I need the 3 screws for the heatsink. I found the screw I lost, by the way, folks. It was here. There we go. One. Let's put the fucking feet, nuts and knobs back in the fucking bucket. 2. 3. And my 3 screws needed. And my screws needed. Put these ones out of the way for a minute. Now what I need to do is I need to work out where that purple wire goes, but I can't do that yet. I'll do that later. Now what I need to do is solder the green back onto its position, because I won't get into it after that. Once I've got down there, I won't get into that. I won't be able to get into that, so I'm going to have to do it from here. A bit of solder on the green itself, because once I've got into this, I won't be able to get into it. I won't be able to get down there. Speaker wires, I can get to those, reattach those. Let's just, there we go. I'll tell you what. washer. That's the green wire back where it belongs. Right. This purple I don't know yet, I'm going to have to work that out. And there's a red and a fucking... They might have been put in there for something that the fucking thing doesn't even use. Right, so... Nothing else goes. Oh no, I don't want to pen that. There we go. Right. And now I can get to every other wire with it screwed on. So let's and that's not even in the fucking, not even located. Right. If you have trouble locating screws, I'll give you a tip. Get your little hole tool. There we go, that's the first hole lined up. Just hold everything still while you get the first screw in. There we go. That doesn't even fit. I think that one does. Sorry if you're not seeing everything I'm doing here, folks, but it's like fucking, there's a lot of fucking about this. That's got to be cross-threaded. Right, well, we're back, and the next one is a bit harder because we've got part of the power supply in the bloody way. We've got part of the fucking power supply in the way. Now what do I do here? Yeah. Do I desolder? No, I don't desolder. No, I don't desolder. Don't do that at all. No. What I do here is I can either take this out here and get the power, move the power supply and do it that way, or I can do it, take the fucking old heatsink off, which I'm going to do. So we're going to take the heatsink off. That's looks like it was a plan. Folks, that makes it easier. I can actually just swing it out of the way, look. I can just swing it up and out of the way so I can get into it without having to take the other nut out. Good enough? Right, let me get the screws out. Right, well there's the amplifiers recapped. Now I've got to do the preamp yet, but I'll do that in a second. What I want to do, I want to test these 4 capacitors now that came out of that second amplifier. See how bad they are. Yes, we'll start with the biggest. See? 7.68 768 microfarad 0.6, and it's 0.0 of an ohm. Right, so it's higher than what it should be, so that's a good excuse for replacing it. And this is the, oh, that was the 470, by the way. Yeah, 470. And this is the 250 microfarad. So let's see what. And that's double. That's almost double. That's 450. So that's well up. And we know the tester tells us the truth pretty much, because I tested the new ones on it. And that one's 50, and I bet that's the 40. Yeah, 50.84, nearly 51. So right up in value. I mean, well out of tolerance. Probably would have still worked, but this one's got corrosion on it as well. Some have got corrosion or gunge coming out of them. So, and that's 28.62 and 1.24 ohms. So I'll leave the tester. We'll keep the testers out for now. I'll put it back in its protective case, obviously. But I highly recommend. I don't usually endorse products, but I do recommend the Peak Atlas testers. Peak Electronic Design Limited. They're based in Buxton in the United Kingdom, not far from, not too many miles away from where I actually am. Well, there's a few miles actually, but it's not many miles when you're going to get a nice piece of test equipment. So they can all go in the bin with their foot. So we'll put them there for now, ready for the dustbin. And what we want to look at next is the preamp, because we've got some capacitors on the preamp that we'd like to have a look at. Like these orange ones here. These orange ones here, these are always going faulty. These fucking orange things, they're crap. But it is an electrolytic of sorts, and it's 100 microfarad and 10 volts working. So we need 100 microfarad, right? And what are these ones here? There'll be one of these for each channel, so these will be the same. 10 UF, and I'll just double check. Oh, what's the working voltage? 16 volts. Yeah. And I'll double check that one there. Yeah, 10 UF. So we need 2 10s and 100. So we'll get them out of stock now. Get them out of the parts department. Right, we've got the new capacitors to go in. We've got the 100 mic there, and let's have a look. This might be difficult to do, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to snip them out. That marked as a plus or a fucking minus? Minus. I like to check with some of these, but I'm gonna see there's a transistor on there as well. I don't want to overheat that, so I'm gonna just snipping these fuckers out, because I don't want to damage the tranny. Right. So that's the 10 microfarad, so we need to just Snip the leads to a manageable length. Solder. My piece of solder didn't get nicked by the solder fairy. Shit. By the solder fairy this time. I managed to use a whole piece that I pulled off without it being pinched by the solder fairy. That's that. There we go. La 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 do do do. See, I don't want to overheat the transistor, so. I'm doing it this way. And those of you that are sat there saying, no, no, that's wrong, I don't care. I do not really care. No, you can't do it that way. You can't do it that way. Well, I'm doing it that way because that's the way I want to do it. And as Frank Sinatra said, I did it my way. There we go. And that should be the negative side. No, it ain't. That's the fucking negative side. The negative side goes to the transistor. Look at that, my fucking sleeves, my fucking handles coming off my fucking. And this has got to be left pretty much full, I think. No, I don't care what people say. Don't do it that way because that's wrong. Yeah, okay. I do it that way because that's the way I want to do it. I don't want to overheat and damage a good transistor. Oh my God. Would that put a bit of solder on there, wouldn't it? I just don't want to cause any damage to the transistor because although I probably have got one, I don't feel like digging one out. All the rest of the capacitors on here don't really fucking fail, I don't think. There we go. Oh, well that was a good solder joint, wasn't it? No, that's not very good. Oh, you know, there's any problems, we all make mistakes. There we go. I just didn't have enough solder. There we go. Oh fuck, I pulled it back out. Staying. That's it. There we go. Didn't have enough solder on it, folks. I can actually chop that down a bit. I don't need all that fucking lead on it. Let's chop that down a bit. Let's re-tin it. There we go. That's them two done. Now let's get the plus for this one goes to this side. And we'll test these ones in a minute as well. Where's my pliers, my curly ones I use for pointed pliers. There we go. Let's tin that. Let's put a bit of fresh solder on there. There we go. Out! Go in a minute, son. We'll just solder this on. Oh, stop sniffing around. You've just ate your lunch, you greedy bastard. And I've soldered that. Oh yeah, I have done it the right way. Now, pull this across. Yeah. But how about that? A fucking wire doesn't look as though it's fucking long enough. It just fucking reaches by the look of that. Ooh, that just reaches. Move that over a bit. There we go. Because the problem is that's it. That's got it. Right. That's the amp recapped. All the electrolytics are replaced. Let's put them so that they don't hit the floor of the record player. I don't think it would anyway, but don't take chances. There we go. All I've got to do now is work out where that freaking purple wire goes and wire this amp back up to the wire the amp's power supply is back up together. Anyway, I've got to sort him out, so what we'll do just before we go, I'll just test these three capacitors. Now these orange ones here, they're known for failing, so I'll be surprised if that's still any good, because they're known for fucking up. Let's turn the iron off, because I'm not going to, well actually I'll turn it down. It won't take as long to heat up when I come back. But basically, I'll be surprised if this capacitor's any good. What's the value of it? 100 microfarad. I'll be surprised. I'll be a monkey's uncle. Because these are usually a foot. Oh, 98.6. It's not bad. I'm a monkey's uncle, folks. How about that one, eh? I expected that, but really fucking gone. Oh, these have leaked. Yeah, these have leaked. You can tell by the foot. This one has anyway. 11.72, 19 ohms. Ooh, that's high. That's higher than a hippie on the second day of an open air rock festival. And that's 22. That's 22. And 2 ohms, nearly 3 ohms. And what should it be? Should be 10. So they needed to be replaced. Certainly needed to be got rid of. I don't know whether there's anything else bad in there. I won't know until I put the amp on and let it run. But I'm not expecting anything else to be bad. It's only late, really. I've got to check the smoother. I've not checked that yet. I need to make sure I've got one. And if I haven't, I'll probably have to order one in. But so that's 9, 10, 11 capacitors we've taken out. Four from here, 4 each from here, that's 8, and 3 from the preamp. Right. Right, we shall continue. We shall continue when I come back, and I've got Mike here this afternoon as well, and I've got Mike here today, so we'll probably leave the video till Mike comes. We'll have our cup of coffee as we usually do. We'll have the customary cup of coffee, and what we can do then, we can come in here and we can put the video back on. We can put the video back on and have a laugh and have a mess. How about that, folks? Why not, eh? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back in a bit.